Caitlin Clark last night finished up one of the most remarkable years of basketball playing up in quite some time.
After weeks of speculation and interest about her future in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark finally spoke up. This will surprise some people as Clark revealed her plans for the upcoming season on Instagram.
She just absolutely did it all and became a magnet for attention and an icon for sports fans, certainly little girls, certainly mine as well, playing her basketball and watching her play. And
the basketball community held its breath when Clark's social media went silent after the shocking playoff loss. Fans and analysts wondered if she would return, if her incredible season was just a sneak peek at what lay ahead, if she would play somewhere else, or if she would retire her sneakers to pursue another sport, especially after all the hate she received during the season. The tension increased with every day until October 2nd, when Clark posted a message on Instagram expressing gratitude for her freshman year, sending shockwaves through the league. The possibilities of basketball were completely transformed by a season that was barely mentioned in Clark's Instagram post. How did one superstar surpass not only the record books but also expectations on October 2nd, 2024? Thank you to everyone who has helped me realize my childhood dream. Caitlin Clark's Instagram was ablaze with a statement that sent shockwaves through the basketball world. Year 1 check. As I think back on the past year of my life, I'm bursting with gratitude. I'll see you all in year 2 with those words. Clark affirmed that she would not be leaving as her fans had prayed, but what really made her season unforgettable was that she broke records, smashed them. In her debut season, Clark broke 62 records, each of which is evidence of her revolutionary impact.
One of the greatest years of basketball with work put in by anybody ever.
First, let's look at the numbers that have statisticians scrambling to come up with new adjectives. Clark scored 19.2 points. Not only were her 8.4 assists, 5.7 rebounds, and 1.3 steals per game impressive numbers for a rookie, but they were also exceptional for any player in the league. Her 337 assists set a new league record for the most in a single season, proving her ability to lead her entire squad. However, it wasn't just the numbers. Clark did something that no freshman had ever done before. She triple-doubled not once but twice. Her 19 assists in one game set yet another record, showcasing her remarkable playmaking and vision skills. Beyond just numbers, Clark's actions had far-reaching effects. She revitalized the Indiana Fever franchise, which had been struggling for years. Under her direction, the team improved to 20 wins and 20 losses, their first 20-win season since 2015. More significantly though, Clark guided the team to their first postseason appearance, ending a protracted postseason drought.
Bellingham, Saka, Tommy, Trent, fresh out. What pressure? Pressure is contagious. It's a different generation. They don't feel it. Push up on for it, Willie. They set belief. They somehow found the energy to get themselves into the semi-final.
Jerseys flew off the racks, the Indiana Fever became a must-see TV show, and her explosive personality on the court not only won games but also enthralled spectators. In every game, Clark demonstrated her ability to help her teammates get better by creating opportunities and opening up the floor in ways that left opponents reeling. As soon as the records were broken, the repercussions were swift. Clark's nomination to the All-Star game with the most votes was another feather in her crown, proving that she could compete with the league's more seasoned players while also thrilling the fans. She was overwhelmingly selected as the WNBA Rookie of the Year, showcasing her dominance.
The WNBA's got a problem that's not really a problem. They've made it a problem, and now they can't avoid it, is that Caitlin Clark is way better way sooner than anybody wants to admit. It took Bryce Harper a couple years.
Her ability to handle pressure after entering the league with a lot of fanfare made Clark's accomplishments even more remarkable. She not only met but exceeded expectations thanks to her elegance in the limelight, her ability to perform at pivotal moments, and her unwavering focus, which led to comparisons to superstars like Larry Bird, Maravich, Pete Steph Curry as well as the legendary Michael Jordan. The most significant aspect of Clark's season, though, was how it changed perceptions of what a rookie WNBA player is capable of. She did more than just raise the standard, she raised it to unprecedented levels. Future rookies will now be evaluated based on Clark's enormous standard, which is nearly unfair in its conceit. If you've watched this far and found the video entertaining, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all alerts. We recognize that viewing this movie requires some of your time, and we are grateful for that. Now let's resume the action, but she
also did it with the spotlight on her at a very young age. Fame is hitting this young lady's life. And very, very rarely did I see a misstep or something that I wouldn't want to show my daughter. Literally every step of the way, it's just like, watch her, watch how she plays, watch how she handles her business. By the way, first rookie in postseason WNBA history to have 25, 5, and 5 in a game. And she did that last night. They came so close to forcing a third game.
The WNBA's breakout star, Clark, rose to prominence, and the target on her back followed suit. She was about to face trials that would test her resolve. Her record-breaking season thrilled fans, but it also generated intense scrutiny and unanticipated controversy. The playoffs were supposed to be Clark's pinnacle accomplishment, but instead they became the center of a conflagration that would engulf the rising star. Clark was stunned after being poked in the eye during a pivotal game versus the Connecticut Sun. What should have been a simple play became the source of passionate controversy around the basketball world. Clark fell, but no foul was called, but the eye poke was only the beginning. Did you know that Clark received 17.7% of all flagrant fouls called in the league? Let that sink in. Out of 144 players in the W1 received a disproportionate number of hits. Let's not even get started on how many egregious fouls went uncalled. The number might easily have doubled. Which side was guilty for 80% of the fouls? None other than the Chicago Sky, whose head coach was just sacked. How come when Caitlin Clark is smacked with severe contact, no fouls are called, but when she slaps the rim padding, she receives an automatic technical foul? And let's avoid the "it's in the rulebook" discussion. Here's Diana Taurasi performing the same thing, although no technical details were provided. Why does there appear to be a double standard in officiating when it comes to Clark? As Clark's popularity increased, so did the dark underbelly of internet hatred. Her answer to hardship only contributed to her increasing fame. Despite the mounting scandals, both teammates and rivals admired Clark for her unwavering focus and ability to rise above the noise and maintain peak performance. The controversy surrounding Clark's season brought to light the difficulties of contemporary sports fame on the one hand, and her extraordinary success on the other. Sparked new interest and excitement in the WNBA, but it also exposed her to levels of scrutiny and criticism that very few athletes have ever encountered. Nevertheless, Clark's tenacity and determination through every challenge seemed to strengthen her resolve, and the eye poke incident, among many others, served as a focal point for discussions about player safety and better officiating.
Yeah, I think just being competitive is who I am. It's what I've done my whole career. I think at times there's ways I can probably channel it a little bit better, but that's just basketball. At the end of the day, that's never gonna change. I'm never gonna lose that. I feel like I'm getting hammered. I don't know. I appreciate Christy getting to tag me too. I don't know.
Behind the scenes, as the uproar raged, the league was about to go through a transformation never seen in its 27-year history. What specifically did Caitlin Clark do to keep everyone glued to their screens, from diehard fans to casual onlookers? The only way to characterize the solution is as Caitlin Clark's impact on the world. The NBA was more than just her skill on the court. Caused a seismic shift in women's sports, and her mere presence sent the league into uncharted territory and broke more than 2 decades worth of viewing records.
The Fever are going to be over 200,000 higher than the next highest total attendance in league history. Clarkonomics, my friend. Clarkonomics.
Let's talk about the numbers. In Clark's first season, her amazing 21 shows attracted over 1 million viewers each. This wasn't just a slight increase, but a huge leap for a league that had previously struggled to sustain those numbers. Once viewed as an afterthought in the WNBA hierarchy, the Indiana Fever have abruptly become a must-watch TV show. You guessed it, what is the one thing that the majority of these games share? But it was more than just eyes on TVs. Caitlin Elizabeth Clark's captivating presence immediately filled the venues. With an average of over 177,000 fans per home game, the Indiana Fever broke WNBA attendance records. To put that into perspective, this was the same team that had the second worst attendance in a single season the year before. Clark made the home court of the Fever the most sought-after ticket in town, and away games were so well attended that rival teams had to rent bigger venues whenever the Fever came to town.
Has seen record-breaking numbers this season in viewership, ticket sales, merch sales, and just overall growth of the...
Clark's impact extended well beyond the hardwood. She amassed over 2.9 million Instagram followers and rose to fame on social media. Clark was a cultural hero who had transcended basketball. What truly set Clark apart was not her brilliance but rather her ability to uplift those around her. Her precise passing and clutch scoring encouraged her teammates to give their best effort, and the Fever set a franchise record for most assists in a season, with Clark and Al setting other assist records. She didn't just score points, she also helped everyone on the floor get better. Analysts have compared Clark's impact in the WNBA to that of none other than Michael Jordan, recognizing her capacity to provide the league with previously unheard-of levels of attention and commercial appeal, much like Jordan did for the NBA during his legendary career, which was built on the foundation established by Larry Bird and Magic Johnson in the 1980s. This isn't just hyperbole, the statistics support it. As the dust settled on her historic debut season, speculation was rife. Clark's playoff debut drew an average of 1.84 million viewers, the most for a WNBA playoff game since the 2000 Finals Game 2, and drew 2.5 million viewers, shattering the previous record set just days earlier. Will Clark serve as the cornerstone of a dynasty or as a one-season wonder? Her eagerly anticipated social media post broke the silence, but it left more questions than answers. See you all in year 2. She claimed that Clark's remarks reaffirmed her dedication to the Indiana Fever and the WNBA, sending waves of excitement throughout the basketball globe. However, what does Clark's decision mean for the league as a whole? Her season wasn't just incredible, it was historic, and the future is now hot and feverish, and there is a lot of excitement for Clark's return. Now that she has finished a season and has the chance to build on her already impressive resume, expectations for year 2 are extremely high because her presence on the court not only wins games but also fills seats and enthralls fans. The WNBA has been looking for someone who can move the needle, and Caitlin Clark is an icon. She is not a female superstar, but she is a superstar. Here are the days until Caitlin Clark returns to action. Please subscribe and enable all alerts so you don't miss it. And please leave your thoughts about Clark staying in the WNBA in the space provided below.